What's going on, y'all? I'm KM Best, and a ton of people have been asking, yo, KM, what's the best deck to play right now? And I have only one real answer, so let's do an in-depth look at Thanos. This is my current build of Thanos Control, and it should honestly look pretty familiar to you if you are a longtime viewer of the channel, or even a longtime player of Marvel's Snap, because not a lot has changed for the deck, other than its competitors getting a lot weaker. Now, the basic strategy with Thanos Control is to play a lot of Infinity Stones on the early turns, weave in cards like Elsa, Mobius, Psylocke, and Jeff, and then you play ideally, 5-drop on turn 4, 5-drop on turn 5, Alioth lock the game on turn 6, or in some versions of the deck, you can go for a Shang-Chi swing on turn 6, similar concept, but different execution. The base premise of Thanos is just when you play all of these stones, you are getting board presence and not sacrificing cards because so many of them draw you cards. In addition, your stones have synergies with things like Blue Marvel and Elsa Bloodstone, which reward you for having a lot of things on the board going into the later turns of the game. Now, one of the major play patterns with this list that you will need to understand is that you are almost always looking to either Time Stone or Psylocke on turn 3 in order to play a Professor X on turn 4. Now, it doesn't mean you always have to play Professor X, just that's a very powerful play if you can pull it off. And you should be looking to set that up throughout the course of your early turns of the game. Now, if you feel too afraid to Professor X, a Vision is usually a very safe play. He's kind of just hard to deal with. If he doesn't get buffed by Elsa, he's not going to die to Shang, he can't get rogued, he can't get Enchantress, and almost everything else at the 5-cost slot does have those weaknesses, so I default to Vision a decent amount of the time. That said, he's not, 100% required. There are definitely some swaps out you can make, and I wouldn't be shocked if he went in and out of the list over the course of the next few weeks. I have described Nico Minoru as the 7th Infinity Stone, and she really is that. You really use all the parts of the buffalo when it comes to her. You get a ton of value out of her. I've even used the move ability to great effect here. Most of what you're trying to do with her is a couple of different things, like turning a stone into a demon is obviously very good. Destroying a stone that has 1 power and drawing 2 cards is extremely powerful, right? Like, these are the basics of Nico in the deck. And outside of that, you also have things like cloning Elsa, cloning Jeff, cloning Blue Marvel, cloning a dinosaur. There are a lot of interesting things you can do with Nico. Most of them revolve around those 3 abilities, and then her other abilities are just like pretty good, right? She ends up being a 1/4. She can use her Forge ability to put some power on a Jeff. That's just like good stuff that you're generally interested in doing. And then, the move one is a lot rarer, but situationally useful. And of course, you are actually interested in this list in her ability to blow up locations like Nowhere. Thanos is very bad on Nowhere. If you Nico and use her Scarlet Witch ability off of Nowhere, the next card you play can go on Nowhere. It will blow up the Nowhere, although its on reveal will not happen. Still, that is a big deal because a lot of what Thanos benefits from, especially in Conquest, Battle Mode, and tournaments, is having a lot of control over the environment. Nico adds that basically for free and also adds 2 insane high rolls in the form of the Demon and the Draw 2. Elsa Bloodstone is a lot worse than she was in this list. I think most of the time she's like a 2/6 to a 2/8, and even that's kind of pushing it. Like, she is not what she used to be. And for that reason, if you are a free-to-play player that somehow has all the cards to play this list, I don't think Elsa should be a barrier to you. I would actually look into playing a Daredevil in here. I know he's a bit training wheelsy, but I think he's really strong. It's just very difficult to deal with a Daredevil on the other side of the board when I'm playing something like Loki, which is usually this deck's worst matchup. So if you can fit Daredevil in here and you don't own Elsa, I would at least try to do it. It's not a direct replacement, but Daredevil is definitely a card I really, really want in this list. And so if you happen to be missing a card, that might be a good place to start. Psylocke is your backup Time Stone. It is not a surprise that we play this card. I do not think she is cuttable because of how easy it is to get her or a Time Stone and play a 5-cost card on turn 4. And that is kind of the whole deck. That's kind of the entire thing the whole deck wants to be doing, is accelerate out of the early game. Psylocke and Time Stone allow you to do this. Run both. Jeff, the baby land shark, I think is required in any deck trying to abuse Professor X. We don't have Claw in here, but we do have Jeff and Blue Marvel as ways to back buff a Professor X lane. And I think losing Jeff is very, very bad for this because you are going to run into people that have Jeff. And if both of you have Jeff, it's fine. But if only one of you has Jeff and it's not you, your Professor X gets a lot less reliable. People are going to wonder why I'm still running Mobius in here, and the answer is that Loki is still just a terrible matchup for this deck. Like, Loki is still the card Loki, one of the scariest things you can possibly see, and since I'm not running Shang-Chi, it's even worse, right? Because now the Collector is enormous, and I can't really do anything about it, so one direction you can take this deck is to try to, like, add more tech like that, Shang-Chi, Shadow King, things like that. I wouldn't hate it. You can try. I'm still on Mobius because I think the thing that kills me the most in those situations is not one giant collector. It's not the greatest, but they have to be afraid of Shang, even though I'm not running it, and I might be running it in the future, who knows. It's the fact that they get to do our plan while being ahead of us, and that is just absolutely crushing, and I do not like that happening to me, and so I am still running Mobius. I've seen a lot of Loki decks bringing Quinjet back in and dropping Rogue, and it's like, now I really need the Mobius, because that's even worse for me if they can pull that off. That is just absolutely unbelievable. We immediately die if they do it, and so I'm still running Mobius. I really like Iron Lad in this list, but if you want to replace him with either America Chavez or Shang-Chi, I think that could arguably make the list better. I have built this list to be extremely proactive, and if you feel that your proactivity is not being rewarded and you want to include some reactive game plan type stuff, this would be the slot to mess around with that, I think. Getting Shang-Chi in here is obviously going to be incredibly useful. I think if you can get it in there, you should. And getting Chavez in here, we can't run Iron Lad and Chavez at the same time because Thanos shuffles the deck at the beginning of the game, meaning Chavez will not be on the bottom. She will, in fact, be more likely to be on the top. And then your Iron Lad's going to hit Chavez, and you're going to be sad. Most of what I like Iron Lad for, though, is just he's almost never bad. He's just never a bad card. A 4/6 that copies some of the stuff in your deck, when the stuff in your deck is as strong as the stuff in this deck, like, his downside is, like, he's a Power Stone or a Thanos. Most of the time, he's drawing you a card. Some of the time, he's absolutely backbreaking. Blue Marvel is quite powerful in a list that is built to explode a lot of points onto the board, and I do think that there is some inbuilt weakness that this deck has to decks with Killmonger, and I do think that Blue Marvel is a big part of that weakness, but it's also sort of fundamental to a Thanos deck, when the Thanos deck's goal is to just play one and two cost cards for 3 turns and then play, 5/5/6 or 5/5/5+1, what have you, right? That's not going to win the game. So if they get to remove your first 3 turns from the board and you're just doing 5/5/5+1, it's not good for you. Killmonger does that. Man-Thing does that to some degree. And I think for that reason, it's like, I get it. Blue Marvel, there are some issues there, but the things that beat Blue Marvel are also just the things that are going to beat you anyway. So you kind of just have to live with it, I think. This is paradoxically the most vulnerable card in the entire deck. It gets rogued, it gets Shang-Chi'd. A ton of bad stuff happens to this guy. That said, he is quite important because one of the strengths of Thanos is the diversity of your 5-cost cards. And because your 5-cost cards are diverse, you are able to force your opponents to play suboptimally. If they knew they didn't have to play around anything big, you'd be in a lot of trouble, and there are games that you just need a big guy. Dino is a big guy. Play Dino. The Hierophant himself, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Professor X is basically a core card in the list. The fundamental premise of the deck is to do some Profex scams and then do some Alioth scams. That's pretty much why you play this deck. Turn 4 Profex, it's not fun for your opponent, it's very fun for you. Although there are some interesting snap dynamics with turn 4 Profex, where it's like, if you snap the turn 4 Profex, they become exponentially more aware that you're going to turn 4 Profex them. And so there's some situations where it's like, all right, I don't snap this, because if I do snap this, they can play around it. But if I don't snap this, they might not play around it. There's some interesting stuff going on there. I am higher on Vision than I think most other people are in like Marvel Snap generally. I think he's just an incredible card because he has so few weaknesses. He just doesn't die to anything. Remember how I talked about how vulnerable the Devil Dinosaur was? Vision's basically invulnerable. The only time he's ever getting Shang-Chi'd is when he gets an Elsa buff, and they have to guess where he's gonna be. Like, it's just a great card right now. I love him, but I will say safety might not be what you want to aim for when you play this deck. If you don't like having the safety blanket, I can understand dropping him for something maybe more impactful like a Shang. I get it. I understand why you would do that. Yeah, so we're an Alioth deck, and I don't think you can replace him, but I'd be tempted to try because leveraging the threat of this guy is almost more important than actually playing him. Like, there's a part of me that is like, what if we just actually cut Alioth for Shang, right? The issue is I don't think I can do that because then people will know that I cut Alioth for Shang, and if they don't have to play around Alioth, I feel like I lose a lot of percentage. This guy's just terrifying. He is the scariest threat that you can possibly see. And sometimes he's just the only card that's ever going to win you games in certain spots. And that means you kind of got to play him, I think. It's tough because I almost want to be a more reactive build with Shang-Chi and whatnot, but it doesn't really fit with Alioth. It's a little bit awkward. The big man himself, Than to the OS. He is your source of stones, and that's pretty much it. You're not playing this guy a lot. Most of the time when you do play him, it's because your hand is small and Dino isn't big enough, or because you didn't draw Dino. This guy as a 6/10, the issue is not the 10, it's the 6, right? Like, this deck is so built around 5-drops that, like, it's very hard for us to run a lot of 6-drops or to want to play a lot of 6-drops. Something like Dino and Stone almost always ends up being more power than this guy on the final turn of the game. And that's also why we don't run stuff like Spectrum. We don't run things along those lines. It's not that they're bad. It's that costing 6 makes us a little bit hesitant to put anything that isn't completely unfair in the deck, right? You'll notice the only 6-drop we're actually running that we try to play is Alioth. And I think everyone can agree what he does is, like, pretty much completely unfair. All right, y'all. I know this is very similar to a deck that we covered, but I hope that the gameplay will differentiate it because it is an entirely new meta. And this deck has some similar strategies to the previous version, but it's definitely a little bit different. You're definitely going to be playing against some different stuff. And I do think that right now, if you ask me, yo, KM, I want to play, I want to climb, what should I play? This would be the answer I would give you. It's the only deck I'm positive on right now where I just know that, like, this is a deck I can play. I will climb when I play it, even at my ranks. It's like, this is a very safe and good deck for me to play, even when people are trying to beat it. There's not enough Killmonger out there, in my experience, yet. There is plenty of Darkhawk, but that's not unbeatable unless they run Killmonger, and it feels like almost every other matchup is, like, actually quite good. So that is the main draw of Thanos, is just, like, when you're doing your thing, it's hard for a lot of stuff to keep up. And that's the real appeal of a deck like this, is you can just lock people down, end the game, only they don't know it's over. So if you enjoyed this video, remember, please leave a like, leave a comment. I still read all the comments. It's actually kind of crazy. Thank you so much. As always, I've been KM Best. We're about to jump from here into the gameplay. There should be a lot of fun games because I tanked my rank testing stuff. And like I said, this is the deck I know is good. I got it back up after I tested a bunch of stuff with Thanos. So thank you so much for watching. I've been KM Best. You be good. I will see you in the next one. They didn't snap, though? They rarely do. Okay, we're Thanosing a little bit. We did get a time stone. Okay. What you playing, cleanup? That's an invisible woman. I mean, I did kind of know that was what you were doing, but... Okay. I am playing a devil dinosaur. It gets pulled, and then I cry. Man, this is awkward. Was I supposed to play the vision? Oh, God. He's snapping me. The hell is this? The hell is this? Sentinel. Shadow King. Their Shadow King gets pulled. Wait, it's Cerebro? How am I dying here? Am I wrong that I should snap back here? I'm gonna. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, he got demolished. Holy shit. He got the most owned anyone has ever been. Holy fuck, cleanup. I actually feel terrible. Oh my God. He was actually about to fucking... Holy shit. Grey Web pulls Dino? I know. Wait, how do I win this? How do I win this? I'm so fucking confused. Wait, no, hold on. What if I just like Elsa, Space Stone, Mobius? That loses if that... Wait, hold on. No, like, what if I just like... do this? Yes! We did it! We did it! Ah! Elsa's very good. Come on, give us the duplicator. No? Okay, well, that's also pretty damn good. I'm going to afford What Am I enough respect to not insta-snap Mind Stone. But if I get a Time Stone, I probably am insta-snapping that. Black Knight. Okay, never mind. We're in interesting land. We're in very interesting land. Okay, that seems pretty broken. This might be insanely dumb. Are we in the business of being insanely dumb? We totally are. We are absolutely in the business of being insanely dumb. One, two, three, four, five, six. So 16 plus a bunch more. Plus the Jane, or plus the Elsa, plus we're playing around Arrow. We look at the fucking numbers, chat. We're numbering on them. Reality for bar. We don't reality for bar there because it could be the Nexus too, right? Like if you play for reality for bar in a game that you're absolutely going to win, you might end up getting reality for Nexus. You know what I mean? Someone go back and find his name. Turn one snap. All right, I'll play. Thanos is very good. That's definitely not it, big baby. I appreciate your dedication to the bit. They must be a Shuri deck if this is a snap for them. Oh, it's Phoenix Force. Okay, that makes sense. Now they just kind of might fuck up their own Phoenix Force here, which is pretty funny. Snap back. On a 50-50, I'm good. I can snap back after. You feel me? They don't always miss is kind of the thing. You think I should snap back? Okay. Fine. Fine. When I lose this 50-50, it's your fault. That's okay. Oh my god. What the fuck are you? I have nothing but confusion here. Huh? Do we try this? Oh, we fucking die. Wait. 22? We beat that. They don't know we beat that, but we beat that. Remember, 3 of the cards in their hand right now are squirrels. They also fucked up a chance at taskmastering that multiple man because they went for the ghost spider instead. Is this still winnable? Very, very real question. Very real question, unfortunately. Nico Minoru for what? Double that card's power. Okay, that's pretty strong. This is so scary. What the fuck? Yeah, we don't win mid. Prage, let's go. Oh my god, we got him. Boom! Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Oh. Oh. But the specifics of, like, we had the option of going in the middle, right? We had the option of going in the middle there. We ended up not opting to go in the middle there. And because of that, we lost. And they always die to Eliath. Like, they always die to a million things. It's tough. I do think chat is generally more wrong about sniping than I am, for whatever that's worth. I think chat tends to be very wrong about sniping. Like, pretty consistently. Do not call me that, Payno. Wait, we die? We fucking die? We don't die? We maybe die. Oh my god. We might fucking die. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm terrified. I'm fucking terrified. Yeah, it's like Spectrum, but you like... Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, I'm so scared. Wait, no, that Iron Man came from Coulson, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Okay, never mind. That Iron Man came from Coulson. So, both Drax and Iron Man came from Coulson. And what they're trying to figure out now is if they can win the game. And I don't think they can, but fuck. If they do, then salute. There's no way it's a Spectrum. It's a Loki deck, right? She do be like that. What are you? I'm not interested. I'm going to hold this in case I need to blow this guy up for 2. Move? Okay, don't care about that. I will make Titan one-sided. I don't think it really matters. Holy fuck. A, I got Mantised. B, look at her. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Add a copy. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Oh my god. I got so fucked here. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm getting owned to death? Cosmo? I'm deceased. I'm deceased. That's a lot of cards. Oh, wow. That's a really good one. Okay. Agent 13. Ant-Man. Electro, my Nico Minoru. Holy fuck. Reality Stone, the Avengers con. Okay, that actually saves my life. That actually saves my entire life, I think. That one saves my whole life. There's got to be a bot. I think it's a pool 1 gamer. Looking like a pool 1 gamer. Which means I'm kind of rooting for them, honestly. So I'm expecting that to be a blue Marvel. That looks like a blue Marvel to me. So let's say it's Blue Marvel and Khazar. Blue Marvel, they go to 14. Khazar, they go to 17. We're still higher there. So I am going to play Thanos over here and a Time Stone over here. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Elsa Jeff on 4. Well, we didn't have them on turn 4, so there is an issue with that play. If I'm not mistaken, we drew the Elsa on turn 5. So. Some issues with that line, if you want to take it. Kitty? Just Jeff? Okay. Now they have Kitty? That's bad. That's real bad. What do you do right now? You turn shit into a demon? I do not want you doing that. Wait. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, they just turned off their own Nico Minoru. Their own Nico Minoru just went off. Do we think they can get enough points in the middle? I mean, I can Eliath here, right? But I think what I'm actually supposed to do is, like, this. I think this is just better. We're boomer snapping. And probably losing, but we're boomer snapping. Demon 1-9? That's not how it works, but... Oh, it will be over there, yeah. See, this exactly... Oh my god. That's really scary. It's a shame about Nico Minoru and my Blue Marvel. But that's exactly the kind of thing we got to be afraid of, right? Is their shit in the middle. Yeah, Elsa goes before Nico. It would just be 6, but it's 8 because of this, right? Nico carry. Am I supposed to play around that is a better question. None of those are more likely than just a Shang-Chi. None of them are more likely than just literally playing the card Shang-Chi. Stoneless Thanos over here. Stoneless Thanos over here. Can we win this? Maybe. Maybe. That a Darkhawk or a Shang? Take Profex or Mobius, please. Yes! Not fucking Dino, baby. Possible we lose those, but we mostly don't lose those, I think. I don't like playing a Time Stone early, but I do have a Psylocke, so it's like fine. Oh yeah, run Chavez if you don't run Lad, for sure. Well, that sucks. Yo, we got him. Woo! We have won a lane. We successfully won a lane. One lane. But we did do it. The fuck is going on here? Looks like a Spectrum to me. Yeet! Cool Spectrum! No! Whoa! What the fuck? Ooh! Redstone betrayal? How unexpected. How unexpected it is. Fuck. Okay, at least they get rocks. I don't get rocks. I like that I don't get rocks. I'm a fan of me not getting rocks here. Go, Redstone. Go, get fucking going, dude. Let's go. Let's go, Redstone. We're happy for you, dude. Let's fucking go. Redstone crushing here, dog. I don't think so. How do I win here? How do I win here? Where are they gonna Alliath is the other thing. Oh no. Wait, it took Power Stone again! Power Stone doing it! Let's go! Power Stone dodging rogue. Let's fucking... We did it again, chat. We did it again. We have gotten away with it again.